Hey guys, this is Holden or Iisaweird, and right now it looks like I loaded into the demo, because this is what happens if you actually leave the game inactive on the main menu for too long. It just goes to this demo, where they lose an assault gun, and something else happens. And you get to reload it if you want, but who cares. What I'm going to do in this video today is I want to go through some custom gameplay, just some just kind of like a basic thing before I go on to some of these other missions like the campaign or just the standalone missions. And this is probably the easiest mission to do that I know I've done, because to be honest, most of the hours I played in this game were me just screwing around in Hotseat games. I'm gonna be honest. And also I think I played one of these too. I don't remember which one. But so sometimes I go into Hotseat Game because it's a fun way to let me play multiple people at once and try out different strategies, and also to fight myself and see where my own problems are. But I'm just gonna go with the custom game for right now. Let's see here. So this is the normal settings you'll get. You get to choose if you want turn limits on. I usually just leave it on none, just because it's easier. Sometimes infinite turn limit. Although probably in multiplayer you would want a longer turn limit, but end turn is when you hit the button to end your turn, it's like the delay between that turn and the next turn. Turn limit is just how long you get per turn. It's pretty simple right there. You did your difficulties over here in computer opponent. Probably should go left to right all the way, but clueless. I don't play on clueless because I feel like it should be way too easy. Use opponent with no advanced tactical strategies and a penalty to building. That's probably the biggest turn off that difficulty, is it takes longer for them to do it. That seems pretty basic. Just some advanced tactics, no building penalties, so just slightly better than clueless. Average, I've had a funny thing with average. I've been scout rush before. I think I had like 8 or 9 scouts try to rush one of my mining stations. I almost lost it. Because I mentioned in another video, scouts are pretty good for early game harassment, and sometimes if you get enough of them, it can. I feel like I want to say it's like a Zerg rush, but with more wheels. Expert is basically the smartest one available, but you don't get any building advantages, which means Master and God have building advantages. Small 25% bonus to production, so I'm assuming that's roughly a 20 or 30% building cost reduction to everything, so that they get to build everything faster than you can. And then 50% bonus to production, so I'm assuming that's 50% cost off, which means you get to build like pretty much everything half the time. Mining stations, factories, whatever. I'm not sure what the difference between Smartest Opponent and Merciless is. I'm assuming Merciless is just like outright aggression. It's just really aggressive, I guess. I don't know what that means. I don't want to go to Master Arga because I'm afraid of the bonus to production. So I haven't gone past Expert. Alright, what else do we do here? Play mode is just, do you want if everyone to take their turn one at a time, or everyone takes their turn at the same time? That's what this is. So I guess I'll just do everyone takes a turn at the same time. Starting credit, once I'm done with this screen and the map selection screen, or is it planet selection screen, I think, one of the two. This is how much gold you get to buy units and fill cargo for your starting screen, and I'll show that when they get to it. I usually just like putting on the max amount because it's fun to me. Resource levels, this determines how resources will spawn on the map and at I guess what frequency. Usually, I think the lower it is, the harder it is to find it, and the lower the yields generally are. So I usually just slam it on rich, so everyone's got all the resources they need. Also, it kind of adds something interesting with rich is that you can get more mining stations, but don't be surprised if someone tries to catch you off guard when you're trying to do too much of an economic boom. Kind of like Age of Empires or Total Annihilation game, I guess, where you try to focus on your economy early, you can get rushed and lose everything. Alien derelicts, so I'm pretty sure it's 4 different types of alien units in this game. The alien assault gun, the alien tank, alien attack plane, and the alien gunboat. And they'll spawn usually in clusters of 3 to 5 units around the map. If it's like just out in the sea, it'll be 3 gunboats around like a bridge platform. And sometimes it can be like 1 or 2 gunboats on land with like a combination of some of the land units or the planes. And if you want them, you need an infiltrator to get them. And one of the interesting things about that is that generally if you fail, usually no one sees you, and you can basically try as many times as you want before you get it. I usually just show that in common, because it adds a little bit of variety. And also, if you generally upgrade your own defenses and units better, the alien units aren't that useful sometimes. And victory condition. So like I partially explained in victory points, the main purpose of this game is to get those ecospheres up, and to have the highest rating, or to reach a certain point rating first. But what I usually like doing is I just cram it on 999 turns and fight to the death. Because I don't feel like playing points. Alternatively, I could go to one of these scores, and that probably just involved me turtling and just building tons of ecospheres. Which is what I usually do anyway. I turtle long enough, get high upgrades and defenses, and then use infiltrators to disrupt people and then destroy them with my OP missile launchers that have like twice the range they're supposed to. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but I'm not too aggressive in some games. I tend to be pretty passive. So if you play against me, you know how to kick my ass. Alright, let's go. So it's a planet select menu. Alright. I feel like this I should know what that called by heart. Alright, so you get all these different parts of the planet. Over here is the actual planet. Because this is like the ice kind of planet. It says this world, but it shows the whole planet and it calls these individual sections planets, which is a little confusing. But so you have these maps here. These ones here too. This one's like the brown dirt colored planet, where the water's all looks like it's tainted. But with like mud or something. This is one of my favorite maps right here. Usually I just like going on this island where my mouse cursor is. It's a pretty large island, you can get a lot done on it. And then usually just get like a shipyard here or there. That way you can make sure your coast is clear. So you can, maybe even build a bridge right here or build a bridge right here. Or this tiny island down here, which isn't really that useful, but it's a nice little way to make sure no one can go, on the bottom of your shoe. This kind of looks like a shoe to me, in a weird way. You see the little back, it's like the heel right there. You'll figure it out. So it's got a heart in it. But so this one's like the pink green planet. All over here. What's next here? And this is the norm. It looks like I want to say Mesa type. I don't think that's correct, but so I figure I'd pick one, kind of explain it. It usually gives you a description of what the planet is. It doesn't really tend to fluff it too much unless it's got a funny little thing on it, like the Freckles planet, where you can see the little dots pop out here. But this one's got 5 large areas. The sea in this planet would be mostly just to prevent people from getting. It's more of a bombardment, just controlling the area in between. Because in this one, you got navy everywhere. You can have so much water everywhere. You have navy. You can flank from every side. Pretty much. This one, it's more of, hey, I'm just gonna show up at your front door and make sure you can't come into my house. But so after each map's description right here, it sometimes usually gives you a little tip. Like you can start in this island. Like it says, start in this island to the northeast, which is this, which really you don't have much room to do much. You have to use a lot of water platforms. So after the description, you have a number of participants, which is the recommended amount of how many players it wants you on there to make the game, I guess, fair in a way. 2 to 4 can easily be accommodated because you can probably fit 5 people on here. Games in this world are likely to be very long. See, there's also a game time which says how long the games might be. Most of them will say it's a long game, because this game tends to take a while. It's not like something you can, like those training missions. I don't believe I had a video that went longer than an hour. I think part of it went longer because I screwed up on once. I just hit the restart button. But normally when I've played a game, I've played some Hotseat games, and don't be surprised if it takes weeks. If you play every so often, and you don't grind there for 10 hours at a time, it takes a while to do. I'm gonna tell you that right now, it takes a while. So I just go through some favorites. I like Phrygia a lot. I usually play this one a bit. I like this island up here because it's pretty easy to defend. You don't have to worry too much about some things. Great Divide on this one. This one I really don't have one. I don't mind Hammerhead or Biddlesea. And this one, it's usually Flashpoint, and I don't mind these bottom 3 at all. This one not as much. It's actually probably Flashpoint or Bottleneck. So actually, and you can also get these really tiny ones that. So I'm actually gonna do Great Divide. Oh yeah, I forgot to point one else thing. There's some typos in this game. There's only a couple I've found, but one's right here. It's not capitalized, it's just Great Divide. Otherwise the rest are done pretty well. So if you're playing custom game, you can only put 1 human player in. Hotseat will let you pull up to 4. I don't think you're allowed to. What, you're allowed to do that? Well then. Okay. So I guess you can have the AI kill each other. Did not mean to click that. Alright. Maybe I'll post that. I'll just post like 30 solid minutes of the AI beating each other up. But who knows. Alright, so this is the clan select menu. And there's also a random button which lets you you hit the button and then you go into the initial force selection, and then you'll see what faction you have based on your buffs. So I like 7 Knights generally most because they have better defense. You get extra radar scan, your mines can do better, and overall your turrets are generally superior to everyone else's. And with a faction, when you get, like, see right here how it's like a +1 range for the artillery and anti-aircraft. If you have like a say bonus also, like it's a good one here. Oh, here we go, chosen. where you have the extra fighter range and 7 turns. The upgrade, like if you were to use gold to start doing gold upgrades, I believe it's 44 gold for a regular fighter to go from 6 to 7 range, or not, sorry, 6 to 7, 5 to 6 range. But Chosen already start with 6 range, and it only costs, I think, that for them 17 gold. So it's a little easier for the Chosen to upgrade their fighter range with gold. So, let's see. Actually, saying so fun one right here. You get to build your heavy light vehicle plants much faster. Heavy vehicle plants normally take 16 turns on max speed anyway. So most other factions of the max, I think, will spend a long time. And a vehicle plant, they're pretty quick to make anyway. They just save some time and resources. Extra constructors and engineers depending on the budget. So I have 250 on it right now, which means I think you get, it's like 2 extra construction engineers. So you effectively just get to, you get free construction, and it makes it, you can build your complexes faster. So I really like one of these two. On Griffin's also kind of a cool one. They have some more unique ones, I think. They have better radar. They have the best infiltrators right off, which I love because infiltrators are so much fun. So I guess I'll go through all of them really quickly. If you like aircraft a lot, especially if you like spamming aircraft, you choose the Chosen. Or sorry, the Chosen. I say Chosen like playing that Age of Empire Civilization, but your AWAC has extra scan. Your fighters can outrange pretty much every other fighter. Transports are faster. Your ground attack planes can hurt more people, and they're faster to produce, just like fighters. And air units plant starts 30% cost off. And how I know that is because I've got enough cost reduction to know when in the regular air unit plants hit that turn mark. So this is 30%, which means you get to the second build speed for constructors, means you can build this instead of 15 turns, 8 turns. So if you really wanted to, from the very first turn, get air units plant, and you could just rush a ground attack plane and have one out by turn 17, 15 if you really wanted to. And if someone didn't have a mobile anti-aircraft, or they couldn't shoot down your ground attack plane, you could do some serious damage. Because you'd have enough ammo on that plane to basically cripple them for the game. Crimson Path is if you like using water, or if the map, I forgot I also mentioned that one tip. Depending on what map you're playing, some factions might do better than others, so keep that in mind when you're choosing your faction. But overall, Crimson Path is better with boats. For all the boats, they have extra benefits for all of them. So for a couple highlights would be probably the submarine right here, where it's the extra speed and attack, but it's also built quicker. The shipyard, which is like the Chosen, 30% off, so they can build an 8 and get submarines out faster to control the sea. And probably, I don't know, missile cruisers kind of interesting because you get the extra range. Because missile cruisers are effectively, it's kind of like let's say like a sniper, long range. Take out important targets so the gunboats can get up safer. Sea transports type thing. Von Griffin I just mentioned, better scan. I might actually play as these guys. Because basically improved espionage is you can see more. Because, like mentioned it, like another tip had said, is that you can't shoot what you can't see. Well, you actually can, but you won't know if you're hitting it. And I figured I'd also mention Von Griffin have the best starting scouts. Sacred 8s also have +2 speed and attack on their scouts too, but Von Griffin has extra scan, which brings scout scan from 9 to 11. Submarines, they have some better submarines too. Not exact, actually good comparison. Better Von Griffin subs or Crimson Pass subs, because they don't get the extra turn, but I think submarines are 7 or 6. I'm having trouble remembering some basic details. We mostly just want the better radar and personnel carrier and infiltrator. Ayer's hand is missile units, so anything that's basically long range, they specialize in. As you can see right here, everything is +1 range or 2 attack, and is cheaper. So you can hit them from farther away, do more damage, and you can pump it out faster. So Ayer's hand wouldn't be bad for a turtle type player anyway, because you can just sit back and just hit everything from a distance before it gets to you. Musashi is armored vehicle, so anything that naturally has really nice armor, they tend to benefit from. So the gun turret is also a benefit shared by 7 Knights right here. Same thing. Musashi are known for their tanks. There's a few cut scenarios that emphasize Musashi tanks that usually you're fighting. And so extra attack, armor, hits, and speed. And I believe is also Musashi tanks. When you use a gold credits to upgrade their hit points, it's not only 2 hit points per gold upgrade, it's 5. So they can get more HP, tanks with more health quicker than anybody else. Plus they have gunboats and they have personnel carriers. I mean, personnel carriers only have 10 armor. I guess this is probably just for better protection to make sure infiltrators aren't stealing their tanks or disabling them in the middle of battle. Because it just seems weird how you have all these combat ones and then it's just, oh yeah, personnel carrier. Feels like that got skimmed. Sacred 8s focuses on fast units, so anything that has a high speed or generally high speed. Escorts are important because they're like anti-aircraft, like mobile anti-aircraft at the sea, so it's made good to have those improved. Mobile anti-aircraft, which is mobile anti-aircraft can go from useful to sometimes not really that helpful. I've got mixed feelings about these. I usually put them where mobile anti-aircraft where I can't get an anti-aircraft gun soon enough. Slightly better ground attack planes. The assault gun I think is like their main, like one of their better things. Extra attack, speed, range, and it gets produced faster. Definitely, like I mentioned before, one of my favorites, better defense. Mostly because I like getting the extra turrets and making super turrets, and then I can take my turrets like missile launchers and I'll put them, give them really high range and attack, and I'll have them start to snipe, shooting the enemy base from a really long distance, and it's harder for them to counter it. And then Axis Inc., which is faster vehicle and heavy light vehicle plant construction, and then the extra engineers. So like I said, I'll go Von Griffin. If you're playing Hotseat, there's a little pop-up that says begin your cargo selection. But this is a cargo selection screen. I think I called it initial force selection screen before, but see it's a bit for taking it first, so I'll go over it. I think most of this videos will be me just explaining how it works. But you can toggle the description. But right here is what you have purchased for your force. So right now, every well, hold on. Every faction starts with, or sorry, faction clan starts with a constructor with 40 materials, an engineer with 20, and a regular surveyor. And then you get to add what you want. So in units that do have it, you have cargo, which you can drag up and down. The first constructor and engineer cannot go below what amounts they have already, but you can do that for all future engineers and constructors. But I'm just going to fill these up, because it only costs 5. It's only 1 gold credit for 5 of a cargo. Because you can also do fuel trucks. And I don't know why you want to do gold trucks. You can't fill it up, and you're already spending gold credits. So don't worry about the gold truck unless you really feel like you want to transport something early. It's not worth it, in my opinion. So a nice upgrade I like doing for the constructors is over here where you get costs. This is where you get to apply upgrades to whatever you've purchased. And also there's a button right here in the bottom right of your screen, which is upgrades, where you get to upgrade anything in the game before you get a gold refinery to upgrade it with. So you see you flip through all the buildings. TNT just removes anything that does not have a combat capability, which is this button right here. Or TNT, I'm sorry, TNT is only units and buildings that have combat capabilities. Because you notice I take it off and the constructor reappears, and like the surveyor and all that. I usually like getting 3 surveyors because it lets me usually if I'm actually it's either 2 or 3 surveyors. If I'm applying Axis Ink with a high amount of budget, I get 3 so I can scan the area more, because I don't want to be building over mining stations accidentally. I like giving it extra hits because scouts can come up and harass it, and I like giving it extra speed so it can get away and also scan more. And then I also like doing the same for my constructors and engineers, because before air transports, sometimes you need one or just even one more movement to get around to want to build, so you can build it that turn and not have to wait. And I usually get the hit points for the engineer because they are very weak. They've only got 4 and 14 by default. That's, I think, only 2 scout hits. And then this is just 1 goal, so you can do it if you want. So you can even do like something like that. So I'm gonna actually get another constructor engineer and just get 2 constructors. If you're Axis Ink, you can, all you have to do is just basically fill them up. So you save the, let's see, 48 of 84 gold that you would spend on it. And oh, this is upgrades, but yes, but you can also buy it from the upgrade screen. And this is what you can buy right here. So it doesn't matter which screen you use here, although this one just tells you what you can't buy over on this purchase menu section. And if you need help, there is this like button down here that lets you know what you can do. So let's see, I'm going to get, I want to get a supply truck actually, because it usually just helps out with getting the buildings and everything built earlier instead of having to wait for the mining station to get it done. I'm going to actually get a scanner just so I can because I am Von Griffin, so I do have better scanners. I'm actually going to increase the scan on. Actually, I don't need any to. I'm going to get scouts because Von Griffin. Because I get better scouts, so it's easier way to protect myself early on. And I do want to make an upgrade. Let's see, where is it? Radar. Let's upgrade that to 26. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's already 24 right now, but that extra range might actually let me see into someone else's construction if I put it right, and it will definitely cover more of my territory and I won't have to worry about it. Because most of the time you're only operating off 7 knights 20 or 18, which doesn't, it does a bit, but it does not do much. Okay, supply truck is 12, but I can actually get another surveyor. Let's see, 4 credits. What do I want to do here? No. Actually, I'll just put on another upgrade. Yeah, never do this. It's, you're not going to be shooting the infiltrator that much and thinking that was a great idea. I'm actually not sure what I'm going to spend the rest of it on. Okay, so it's got 9 by default, I think. Or no, it's 8 actually. I think it's 8 and 24. 8 armor, 24 hits. So it's fairly armored. Actually, I'll probably just put the rest on whatever I have existing. So, 1, 1. Got 2 left, so 1. Actually, no, not really. Actually, no, let's put the 8 now. Not that. I'll put it on that radar, I guess. Actually, wait, hold on. There. Alright, so once you've done upgrading and buying what you want, you get to pick a place to go. Now, I'm pretty sure if you are first in the... If you're the red team, which is the team that goes first, you get to pick where you want to go first before everyone else does it. And also, if I want to mention something, if you click somewhere and someone else is told to, and you click where another faction is where they've already picked, you'll be told. I think that faction will be told to move. So you don't know where they already are, or you could probably guess, or it's hard for them to guess where they start. But like I said, I'm going to spawn on the shoe. I'm actually going to spawn a little close to the water, so it's easier to get a shipyard out. If you're wondering why my icon goes into I can't spawn there, it's because there's those little bumps in the map that you can't, land units can't go on. So, I'm going to go right here. That circle is always the same, so don't worry about it. Alright, so I'm going to put my zoom out. And by the looks of it, I've already found some alien units. By the looks of that scan, that is the whole area. So I've got 3 assault guns and a tank. Alright, so that's good. And like the one tip said, right click. Usually what you'll see if it's not a unit is how much hit points it has left, how much speed it has, and how many shots it has. And then you get to right click it and it'll give you the description, the mark, the number, if the title hasn't been changed, and all statistics. And because in this game an alien unit just spawns, they had to give it a cost, I guess, anyway. But the one thing I didn't mention about alien units is that all alien units repair themselves and improve their abilities with experience. And just the only way to improve them is you fight with them, and there'll be a random chance it'll get a benefit. I don't believe you can control what the random benefit is. It just seems to happen. Sometimes it's attack, sometimes it's range, sometimes it's hit points. You just shoot, it'll say it improved the experience, and then right click on it to find out what happened. So, yeah. Like I said, that's how sometimes alien units are just a supplement. Because if you have your upgraded units that can be on par or better than them, the alien units kind of phase out of usefulness. So, use them while you can, and use them as like a supplement, not as like a main force. Unless you're playing that one scenario where you get all the, or you have to fight all the alien units off. Alright, so what I like doing, first off, is allocation. This is usually how it'll go. You'll have 14 raw material, 9 fuel, and sometimes you'll have a gold piece, sometimes you won't. But obviously, because you don't have fuel vault, or fuel tank or gold vault, then you can't store it, so there's no point in saying, you know, I want 1 fuel right now. I'm not going to be able to store it, so it's going to be wasted. So, usually what I like doing is I like getting a storage unit up early, so that way I can start holding some more raw material early on, so I'm not, you know, wasting it or anything. So usually the surveyors is that there's the auto function, which I don't recommend. It kind of just goes everywhere and sometimes overlaps. But I think I've developed a better idea. I kind of go into a 3x3 section where I can, you know, explore all of it without overlapping, and then I go straight in a direction until it goes past like the corner of something I've already done, and then I like if I were to go up here and, you know, do this, I'd go right and then go down again and kind of make like a little spiral outward from where I start, so I can comb all the territories. So I know where I can place some buildings so I don't have to worry about mining. So I'm gonna have to move some of this, so let's put this out of the way. Let's move this over here. Okay. This is gonna be fun. It looks like gray, or yeah, it's pretty sure it's gray, has already spawned on my shoe island. It looks like they can see it, and they have a scanner too. And they've improved their range, which is not a bad upgrade to do. It looks like they're also Von Griffin, because their scanner is the same as my scanner. Oh, this is gonna suck. Alright, so there's the range. So I think almost immediately I might be in a pickle. Alright, so I'm gonna go right here and right there, actually. So what I'm gonna do, we're doing construction right here. I'm gonna start making factories. I'm gonna get a power station out of the way and get a light vehicle plant. Because I'm on an island with someone else, I'm gonna get this done as soon as possible. Because heavy vehicle plants, like I said, if you're not Access Inc., this takes a while. So I need something out sooner so I don't get, you know, destroyed by whatever I can't see down there. Alright, so, and what I'm going to do with you is build a depot. And because I don't have a repair unit, I want to be able to repair my units. So this way I have a safe place to store them in case something goes wrong. You're going to make a storage unit. Actually, I'm not going to have you do it. I'm gonna have a gun turret on this or something rushed out earlier. I'm not gonna get a radar right now. Usually I like doing is I get a radar right off, so I can see what's around me more. But I have a scanner, so I'm fine right now. I don't know if anyone's over here. I really hope not, because that would be a problem. So I'm gonna have you build a storage unit. The reason I'm doing it at 1 turn is because this would be 14, and that way if I put it 2 turns, I'd lose a little bit, so I'm gonna risk about 5 right there to... Alright, that won't stop the missile crawler, but I might be able to use it to stop a scout or something. So I'm actually gonna rush that. What else? Oh yeah, I need a power generator for my other building, so let's get that going. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. I'm going to try to move some scouts on the side here. I don't know what the engineer is doing, and that bugs me. So, here we go. Oh, I forgot, it's simultaneous turn, so everything moves at once. Honestly, I forgot, that's kind of a dumb way to put it. Alright, so it's in range. Yep, see, there's the scan. That's a Von Griffin scout. Alright. That's got 4 turns. That's got 3. I'll use that to connect it. There we go, let's do that. Alright, I'm already gonna have this surveyor go through here and get all this back section. There, I'm gonna have that go up there. I might have that overlap just because of how all the rocks are in the way. So it's not the end of the world if, you know, like, perfect formation doesn't go right, or the way I have this set up. See, there's 9 fuel right there. You could build a mining station, tiny mining station if you wanted, but there'd be no point really. Alright, so I'm gonna try something here. It's already got a decent amount of range. Alright. I'm gonna risk getting shot at the scout, so I don't have to worry about that. Because if I can take this down, I mean, sure, this would help, but this can see me if I'm close enough. But this is probably the main military threat, besides whatever gun turrets are probably being built right there. Alright, they have 3. 2 surveyors. Alright. Over the wall. Get juked. No, just kidding. Can't really trash talk the AI because they won't, you know, understand how much you're reading them. I'm actually not sure what this manual button is. Did I install a patch or something? Or did my God Galaxy M.A.X game... What the... Alright, that's new. Yeah. So let's... Alright, simultaneous turns. Alright, I shot first. which is usually how you want it to go. But because, yeah, I know you're not. Okay. I noticed it tried moving as I left, which is, yeah, not happening. Alright, so I've got that. See, I've already got 28, so I can kind of start. I'm actually going to leave it right there. I'm just going to start connecting right now. I don't know if I have any scouts, so I'm just going to do some connector stuff right now. You'll be my eyes and ears, I guess, surveyors, until I got shot up pretty badly. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll probably just do some basic, demonstration type stuff right here. And if you guys want me to continue this game later, then I'll go ahead and deal with Gray landing on my island, because that's always fun. Alright, I don't know if they have a gun turret, because if they started turn 1, and they're still building, they didn't build it at times 2. So I don't know if it's artillery, I don't know if it's this, but I'm going to go in and disrupt it right now, and then back off in case it is something dangerous. Alright, so move in. Alright, someone's still finishing, that's fine. I guess it gives the AI their own, even if you don't have that turned on, it gives them their own turn limit anyway. But also, you get to adjust turn time in that option here in preferences if you wish. Let's get that one. Yeah, they're already all running away because I've kind of bum rushed them. Alright, so usually what I like doing early is, in case no one else tries to scout me, I'm actually going to go up there. Like that. It looks like there's a mining station off the coast here, but usually early on you don't want to start doing wire platform mining stations. You want to stick to land because it's much faster to get to it. Although, in that same way, don't be afraid to expand off the, to the water if you need to. Just make sure you can protect it, because you don't want submarines going high and then, pew pew. All that nice stuff, but I do want to try to find another mining station soon, so I'm going to try to get on that. They built a golden fuel already. This is kind of confusing for expert, but alright. Time to hunt these down. Let's get that. Let's get you. At this point, I'm just going to use the scout to track them down. I'm going to bring the scanner back. And I'm going to get a radar now. I don't want to put it right here because of this rock's in the way. It'll make it harder to move between the base, so I'm going to build it right here. That says 56, that's 65. Let's actually stick another storage unit at 1 turn. You can build them at 2 most of the time. I recommend that, but in the situation I'm in, I'm kind of make sure I have raw material storage up and ready. Alright, looks like there's raw material or gold right there. Usually it's raw material if you have extra, like the fuel things on the side like that. That's probably raw material right there. Alright, so alright. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot these constructors down and come back to finish the base. Because this can't do anything if they can't get to it. So that's just generating material that I can't use. So, alright. You attack that. You go for that. You take that down. Because the scanner is not amphibious. So it's gonna get stuck and it's just gonna die. Alright, so I didn't actually have to rush that light vehicle plant, but just in case. They had like more tanks or something. I mean, I would have built definitely. I would just rush gun turrets to protect myself. But it's nice to have that out of the way. So, alright. Usually early on, the first thing you want to be doing is kind of, I keep referring to the tips, but they are really useful. The one where I mentioned if you're not playing a short game, the first thing you want to do is get a second mining station to feed all your hunger constructors. That is something you definitely want to try to be doing. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to put this way because the surveyor can just cover this up. There's not a lot to. There's something over there, so I'm actually going to put connectors over to that mining station. So when I do get it, I'll be good. I'm actually going to build a scout to protect myself. When you computer finish turn, you get in range. Are you kidding me? This is why I can't have nice things. Well, more or less, but I'm gonna bring these back because at that point they'll shoot that down. I won't have to worry about that. I'm gonna take this one down now. Alright, so let's recap so far. Gray was here and had 2 combat units. I took out the missile crawler first. The scout shot one of my units. I took it out. They had no combat units left. Didn't build turrets, rush turrets to protect themselves. I rushed in and take out the engineers before they could do anything. Problem solved. Now, after that, after I'm hunting them down, we have Green, who's on this island because they had a missile crawler and a scanner right there. This is gonna be fun. Which begs the question, where's Blue? Because remember, we haven't found Blue yet. But we've already found Green, and Gray, who are effectively right next to each other. So if I didn't deal with Gray and we fought it out, Green could just have a backdoor right into Gray's complex. Here's a little nifty trick here. Once you have if you have at least one movement point, you can enter any, vehicle storage, and then exit out without spending a movement point or spending that movement point. See, so I still have 6, and I can just go in and out all I want. But now they've got this. Let's actually take that. I'm gonna build this one twice as fast because it's high raw material yield, and it's also really close to my base. So that way I can make use of it and I can spend the extra resources. If it's usually further away enough, I take the build ×1 option. But I'm going to send this over here. The special, the big yield, I'll call it, is going to be in the center here. So I can probably safely start building right here. I think it's gonna be here or here with the extra, like usually. See how you have 14, 9, and 1? There's like a weaker yield. It's one of these spots, but I know the important thing is here. So I'm just gonna build there anyway, and just, you know. Also, I can't build here anyway. So let's get that going. And let's end the turn and see if Gray's Constructor gets annihilated. Alright, it's alive still. I'm actually going to take out the power first. Let's go down there. There, that's good. So let's go that way now. Let's patch that up. I'm just going to put the supply truck. Actually, no, I'll leave it out there in case he descended somewhere. I'm going to put the supply truck over here to supply them. Alright, so let's go that way. This looks like a fuel one right here. Usually if the raw material is on like the corners of the 3x3 square, it's usually fuel. See, like that, raw material, raw material, raw material, and then fuel. I'm just gonna use the remaining shots of the scout to gun down the scanner. I'm surprised this hasn't died yet. Yep. Now just shoot that. Oh, I don't need my supply truck for now. We're going to use our training mission to, knowledge to reload our scouts. I thought that was mine. Alright, let's get another scout. I'm going to stop building scouts for a second. I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to get a gun turret roughly right there. I'm going to have gun turrets just on the outer part of my complex to protect myself. Ooh, it's one of the two together. Sometimes you get this really cool one where you get a cool mining, I guess, yield patches. No, wait. Material. I don't know what to call it exactly. But you'll get a really cool, I guess, hold on. You'll get good material, fuel, gold, and raw materials from the ground. I guess they call them yield I think they call them minerals. I think they call them mineral. I don't know. But you'll get really nice mining station spots, and sometimes they'll be connected together, and like, you know, you have like, see the 13 and the 16. Usually this would be separated by, you know, lots of non vein. There we go, mining vein, like little veins, like a mining vein. Sometimes they'll be together, and if the game generates it right, you can have 3 of these attached together. I'm actually gonna take it back this way. I'm not liking the fact a lot of the ones up north are like this huge plaza, so I have to build a long connector to get up there. That's a little annoying to me. Because you know, there's a long stretch of unguarded connector, and I don't want to fall victim to that one tip. I'm gonna bring the supply truck down here. Actually, hold on. Can I? Nope. Alright, so right there. And they're reloaded. Alright, now let's get back to the task at hand. which is slowly getting on that mining station eventually. I'm gonna build it regular speed. End the turn. Yeah, see, this scanner can't move anywhere because they can't really go anywhere without getting shot. It's like, you know, checkmate. Alright, that's donezo. Reload. See, I was out of ammo and it's reloaded, but because it already fired its shot that turn, obviously, you know, can't get the free shot, or else it'd be probably some really abusable bug if that were to be a thing. But you know, it's gotta wait next turn. It's already fired its shot, but it is reloaded, and it only ever took one because it still got reloaded 3 times, 1 per each. Oh, there we go. Let's. Wait a minute. Just let me see how the cursor goes from red to yellow right here. That yellow, it will indicate you'll move your unit in range to shoot. So you don't want to do that until you get yourself unit killed. So make sure it's red, not yellow. I'm actually going to patch this up, see what I get here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's almost a triple together, but this I would consider this a triple together vein in a way, because you got, this is probably raw material right here, fuel and gold right there, all in one little cool section. Could call it jackpot while you're at it too. Alright, so that's almost dead. So I think I'll continue this video enough. Holy shit, it's almost an hour. Yeah. Alright, so blew that up. I guess what to do left is just take out the rest of this, I guess. I'm trying to figure out what this manual button is. Alright, White Surveyor keeps popping in and out of range. I've got that built. I've got a power station built. Fuel needed. What do you mean? It's connected to the... Excuse me. But, probably should have shut my mic off for that, but... I'm trying to figure out what it's saying by fuel needed. Yep, see, I got something right here. Might be a fuel one, actually. Or it might be another raw material. Because that's 40 already. Turn 13. That's pretty good. I'm actually going to go 24. Going to build a gun turret right here to protect this. Where are my surveyors? Losing track of my stuff here. Alright, let's complete that up. Or patch it up, there we go. I could go up and go right. Now I get to see what's actually here. And we'll finish this little bit up. There's this giant thing in the way, so I'm actually going to just go around. Maybe I'll actually show you what bulldozers can do. Actually, hold on. Oh, so now the power station will turn on. Fuel needed, but if I need to produce something, now it goes. I forgot this game has some kind of wonky bugs. The most notable is that it will crash. It'll just crash out of nowhere. You'll be playing, everything's nice, and you see the giant colored text just appear on your screen, fill it up to like down to where it says names of just error, and you have to just close it. I'm gonna be honest, it's annoying. Actually, I know it's already gonna drain most of my raw material, but I'm gonna go in the ocean. I'm gonna rush those corvettes. I'm gonna get a corvette first to spot submarines, and then I'll get submarines. I'm actually gonna save this as let's just call it YouTube. Alright, let's see if white got eliminated yet. Really? I don't think they have combat units. I've killed all their constructors, and what do they still have? Is it really that? Oh no, they still have a constructor. Now, I know there's a missile crawler, so I gotta be careful. Well, poop. Okay, if I time it right, I should be able to escape. Alright, so here's my radar. Alright, so blue's not on my island. I'm gonna put the scanner over here to extend my sight range. Let's connect these up. Let's actually get a gun turret right about here to cover this little rocky section. And a vehicle plant. I like spacing my buildings out so units can move in between rather than creating one huge blockade to make it harder for me to move around my own base. Alright. It is a raw mining station, yes. See, I kind of messed up my own little thing right there, but another thing I could do early if I wanted was get an air units plant, because I do have a lot of raw material production and enough fuel, is to get fighters to patrol them around in case I try to get ground attack. Someone tries to ground attack plane rush me. But let's actually bring this up to roughly 30. Put it right here. I'm gonna use this large section to start building habitats, so I can get training halls so I can get those units over to my right and start getting research centers. Okay. I don't want to risk getting shot. Oof, no! Ah, it got me first. Oh, yay. Blue found me. Regular, so they're not Sacred 8s or Von Griffin. I'm going to move this way. Wait a minute, it shot, so that means... There. Oh, yeah, did I mention you can name your units and buildings? Alright, I did. Oh, okay, so I couldn't get it anyway, but I say it's a shot. That's 16 and 3, so I've already got 3 raw material mining stations. Alright, so gray is mostly destroyed. I'm gonna... Really? What do they have left? Stop following me. I know you're following me. Let's rush that. Let's bring you back. Let's bring you back. Let's bring you back. Alright, so that's actually where I'm going to stop the video for right now. If you guys have any feedback for me, or please leave a message in the comments. This was mostly just a gameplay demonstration of how custom and Hotseat games kind of set up and work. and how the AI loves spawning next to you for reasons. Because Gray is still alive, and I'm pretty sure I've killed all the production, and Gray is I'm pretty sure they're done. I don't know what they have left at this point. I think it's just that surveyor. So yeah, if you guys would like me to continue that game, or do it a standalone mission, or even the campaign, let me know. I do have a Cyberstorm, I guess an update. I'll put it in another video actually. But so this has been Iisaweird, and I will see you guys next time.